hit. For this transition phase, I fooled around with disguises to be Paul McCartney looking like someone else. The other Pauls after Paul had their purposes, but none of them had a permanent contract as only I have. I am the true messenger of Paul, to borrow another fitting image from Carol. The king enters a game with Alice by telling her that the messenger lives on the hill. Here I am, living high up on the hill, proclaiming the message that Paul is down below it. Above or below, who is the fool? I, before and after taking on the Paul role, enjoyed dressing up either for comedic effect or to act out certain parts. My Bonzo friends and I did impersonations and such to entertain each other, and mostly ourselves. I would be William, dressed as Paul, who would perform as Vivian Stanzel, who puts on a gorilla suit. We layered personas for greater hilarity. Just Billy in a gorilla suit was not as amusing as Bill or Phil as Paul, as Viv as a gorilla. In disguise, I could still go out and play under these alter egos and make fun music, and could be my silliest bonzo self and make everyone laugh at me, even though I'd become a big Beatle. As Paul, I still played the fool. The most amusing thing about it all was that no one seemed to notice who I was. I sang, but no one heard my voice. No one heard that it was the same voice as Billy Pepper, or that it was now that of Paul. Everyone could see that I was just a fool, far from any Beatles superstar. I felt like shouting that the fool they were laughing at was their favourite Beatle idol. I could have changed everything with a word. Of course, I never gave that answer. Even when I did sound too much like the current Paul, the audience only perceived another imitation. I am the man of 1,000 voices, singing like Elvis Presley, then Little Richard, and sometimes like Paul McCartney. I knew they who mistook me for Paul were the fools. Once, while playing as Vivian, when the audience started heckling me, I thought, they don't like me as the fool. But these same people love me as Paul McCartney. If they only knew that the same singer they are disrespecting was their prize Paul, they would gladly pay a small fortune to have admission to this show. The world always loves to see the Fab Four act foolish, but only if everyone knows it's them. Otherwise, when they act like fools without the Beatles stamp, it's hardly worth respect at all. This role I play has taught me a great deal about biases. I never showed my feelings in those challenging times of rejection. It's the way of clowns. If people laugh, that's enough. What hurt the most was that I knew that I was more myself as Viv than as Paul. The loneliness was intense. Up on the stage, day after day, I was the fool, alone on a hill. Emphasizing the implication of my false identity or disguise